When you hear some of the arch numbers that people put out there, I do not do that by doing discount. I kind of quite the opposite. My philosophy for myself, as well as my other Esteem practices, I want to do more arches at a higher revenue for a lower cost. We do things that the doctor decides on. We try to support people and help them clinically, operationally, and from a business standpoint. And we are a business, so you want to make smart business decisions. But really, it's up to the doctor to make those decisions. We're not told what to do.
I recently had a conversation with somebody online. He got really mad at me. It was a dentist. He got so mad at me, he cussed me out. And basically what it was over was, he said, to be able to compete in full art, you have to... Welcome back to another episode of the Full Arch Advantage podcast. I'm your host, Gary Bird. I'm the founder of SMC National, where we help you create, convert, and close more full arch cases so you can grow the way that you want. And today I have a very special guest that's been doing things in a big, big way that is going to bring a lot of value to you. His name is Dr. Jeff Lynch, who's the Senior Director of Esteem Dental Implants and the lead doctor of a group out of Texas. And he did 137 arches last year. And guess what? He's charging more than everybody else in his market. He's probably charging more than you. So it's not a price-driven thing. It's a value-driven thing. And one more thing, he's also part of Heartland. He's going to break down how Heartland has helped him and his brand and his practices, and he's going to share his secrets of how he's grown. This is going to bring so much value to you. Stay tuned. All right, we are live, and I always tell people I get to do awesome things because I get to talk to awesome people who do awesome things. And I'm really excited today because I get to talk with Dr. Jeff Lynch, and he's going to be breaking down some things that he's doing in his practice that are absolutely crushing. So first, thanks for joining, and I would love just to get an understanding, where are you at clinically? We talked a while ago, so it's been a while since we've talked. How are you doing business-wise with your arches and just everything going on with your practices?
Well, it's great to be here, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you and everybody who's watching and listening. I had a really good year last year. I did 137 arches complete through the year. I do a fully digital workflow. I do everything freehand, no guides, and I use a board-certified anesthesiologist, so my patients are completely comfortable and out for it. I'm also the co-founder and senior director of Esteem Dental Implants, which is a brand, a full arch, all-on-X brand within Heartland Dental. So I'm the lead doctor in that, and I help support other doctors around the country. And I'm also part of the McKinneyDentist.com group, which is a 5-doctor dental practice in McKinney, Texas, which is about 30 miles north of Dallas.
Yeah,
so,
there's a pop-in market, a really good market right now.
Yeah.
So walk me through that. So what is it like? A lot of times when you hear about people doing a ton of arches, they're usually not associated with a big DSO, especially one of the biggest DSOs. So what is it like you're doing 10 arches or more a month? So you're staying busy. You have a big practice and you have a big group as well. What's it like doing that kind of treatment and working with a big corporate dentist? You know, people say corporate dentist, almost like a negative thing sometimes. So what's that like for you?
Man, I don't think I could do it if I wasn't. So when you hear some of the arch numbers that people put out there, I do not do that by doing discount. I kind of quite the opposite. My philosophy for myself, as well as my other Esteem practices, I want to do more arches at a higher revenue for a lower cost. And so I am not going to do volume for less. So that just doesn't make sense for me.
So what are you charging then for an arch? 25,000?
30. So if
30, okay.
I go 33 with pterygoids and 40 if I got to put zygos in there.
So you're just so everybody understands, just in case there's somebody listening who's not doing full arch yet, that means you're in the top 1% of what you're charging. There's probably nobody in your market charging more than you.
Probably not. I also do quite a lot through with medical insurance, and those cases frequently will end up even paying more. So that second component, higher revenue, is addressed through that, but it also allows me to do more arches because the patient's copay when I can get their Blue Cross Blue Shield to help cover a part of it, their cost of doing treatment is also significantly less. So it's an easier yes for them, and it's a win across the board. As far as being with a DSO, Heartland has supported me. I've been affiliated with Heartland for over 15 years now. When my partners and I joined, they made us a promise. They said, number one, we're going to help you guys get better in whichever way we can. And number two, we're going to stay out of your way and let you keep doing what you're doing. And they've helped us become better businessmen. We've made some great improvements in our facility, the support, the CE. There's just a lot of things that they've done to help us continue to improve our practice. And so when we affiliated, there were just 3 of us. Now we've got 5. I do nothing but full arch now. My partner, Marvin Berlin, is a cosmetic guy. He does some general dentistry too. I got another partner that's full on Invisalign plus some general. And then I got a couple super GPs in here. So we work synergistically. We feed each other back and forth. My office I've got probably someone visiting every week, just coming to observe. And, we're
from
here
Heartland, like new dentist basically coming in through Heartland, or
new and old.
Yeah.
My Esteem practices bring their entire team here and pair up with their counterparts and train with my team. And, we become a resource for them. But, Heartland has supported us in whatever our next desire for growth has been. And, when I came up with the idea of Esteem, I pitched it to them and they're like, great, what can we do to help? We went through some things with marketing. Marketing's always a challenge. But we've got a great marketing representative who's dedicated to us right now. I've got
from where?
Pardon?
Where are they from? Are they part of Heartland? So Heartland is supporting it? Oh, nice. Okay. I didn't know that. That's new news. Okay, cool. How long has Heartland been supporting Full Arch from a marketing perspective? Because I think the last time we talked, you were using another company or something like that.
Well, yeah, they've gone through this and we've gone through multiple different iterations of this. But Kylie has been working with us now for about a year. I do have a specific social media guy who deals with my social media and works closely with the marketing team. The social media is a huge part of what we do. It's like that's my resume, man. My Instagram is where my patients go and they see the before and afters. They see the testimonials. It validates me, man. That's my social proof there. And everything we do points back to that.
That's so awesome. So how much are you, so if you're closing 10 arches a month, how many of those are coming, let's say on average, how many of those are coming from marketing and how many from referrals?
But the majority of them are marketing, actually. I get referrals. I probably get a referral or 2 each month, but the majority of mine actually come through my social media or dental implant machine. And what I've done with implant machine is, we've created a custom landing page there, but I target everything to that. So my social media, my Instagram, my TikTok, my Facebook, all those point to my landing page, because that allows my setter to have access and to be able to run them through the system and keep them in contact. So it's not just like a one and done contact. It allows us to follow through with it, and we're able to track where they come from. So I utilize that as a constant tool, and my setter does nothing but run the leads off of that. And I average probably about 180 leads a month through the marketing efforts that I do. And then probably the biggest challenge.
And do you have a dedicated marketing budget just for Full Arch, or do you kind of marketing it all together? How do you do that?
I do. I have my marketing for Full Arch is basically my implant machine, which includes their management fee and my ad spend, my social media, which includes filming visits and my social media page management. And anytime I run a paid a paid promotion, and my website. And that's all I do. I don't do anything else.
Perfect. And then ballpark, what are you spending a month?
Oh, probably 15.
Perfect. Okay. So yeah, that's really good.
Yeah,
That means
the last fourth quarter, my dental implant machine ROI was 23-1.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. And then you are cost per arch, even if all 10 are coming from, it's like $1,500, maybe if a couple are coming from referral, $2,000. That's about as good as you're going to get. There's a couple of people out there doing a little bit better, but I mean, you got extreme optimization and a lot of scale there, but that's really, really, really good. So bravo to you. And then that means you're also, someone on your team has gotten really good at sales too, because you got to close at a high rate to be able to do that. Who handles all the sales inside your practice for Full Arch?
So I have, like I say, I had a setter to deal with the leads, and I have a dedicated closer who does all my consultations and follow throughs, and we do all that together. Angie is amazing at that. The team works really well, and part of there's so many people out there that can provide a great procedure and service in Full Arch, but the thing that makes us unique relative to the competition is the feeling that the patients have from the first contact through final. We have all here. This book.
Yes, that's one of my favorite books. That changed my mindset so big. And just for the audience out there who's listening and not watching, leadership, he just held up the book, Leadership and Self-Deception. If you want a book that will mess you up mentally to make you better, at first you have to undo some things mentally to get that book to apply. That book, probably more than any other business book, has helped me.
It is amazing. And last summer at the Esteem Summer Conference, we did a 2-day workshop with all the Esteem practices, because basically the concept is when you see there's two ways you can see people. You can see people as an object to help you do something, or an obstacle that keeps you from doing something, or something that's irrelevant to where you just blow them off. Or you can see them as a person that's got objectives and challenges of their own. And when you see them as a person, they feel it. They can tell the difference. How many people have ever had somebody apologize to them, but it wasn't sincere? So what they did is they went through the proper behavior, but they didn't have the right mindset, and you can tell it. And when you see people as people, they sense it. They can tell when you actually care about them. And that's what we really work hard on, is allowing these patients to feel the difference here. And when it comes down to saying yes or no, it doesn't matter that I charge more than the people down the road, because we give them an experience that they're not going to find at any of the other, high volume, lower priced places where they may not even see a doctor. We want these people to feel like part of the family, and they say it all the time. It's like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I know when I do it, I'm going to do it here.
Yeah, that's really good. I recently had a conversation with somebody online. He got really mad at me. It was a dentist. He got so mad at me, he cussed me out via DM. And basically what it was over was he said, to be able to compete in Full Arch, you have to drop your prices. And I said, look, if you want to drop your prices, drop your prices. Someone's always going to be the price leader. And if you want to do that, that's totally fine. I've helped people with that before, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, don't say that the other way is not possible, because it is possible. There are people out there that are charging top notch, and what you're selling is you're selling value, and value and price are two different things. And he got so mad at me. He's like, you don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, I actually do know what I'm talking about. And anyways, you're just a testament to doing things the right way. One thing I did have a question about is, so these Esteem implants, so people are going to hear this, and I know the roadblock that especially single practice owners are going to bump into is like, but to do this, I have to go to a DSO and all those kind of things. Walk me through, give me the case of why I should join a DSO like Heartland? Like, take me through that. Like, how, and you've heard the negative things, right? Not just about Heartland, but just about any big DSO. Walk me through that from a doctor's perspective of why I should really think about joining Heartland.
Well, yeah, you said a DSO like Heartland. And in my communication with other people, I don't think there is another DSO like Heartland.
Okay.
We are a doctor-led company. And I know there's a lot out there, and I hear about them all the time, that the doctors have to use this implant brand. They have to use this lab. They have to do this. They have to do that. We do things that the doctor decides on. Now, we try to support people and help them clinically, operationally, and from a business standpoint. And we are a business, so you want to make smart business decisions. But really, it's up to the doctor to make those decisions. We're not told what to do. We're given advice, we guide, we support. But there's nobody out there telling Jeff Lynch what to do. I've created this, and I've got an amazing team, and I've been supported. So, Heartland gives us a lot of benefits that I can't imagine I would have being on my own. Price benefits on equipment, on supplies, on all the different.
Yeah, you were telling me, what did you say about that doctor? You said there was a doctor that joined and they saved X amount of dollars just on supplies.
Yeah, his supply costs, as soon as he signed, were cut in half. And
that's insane.
And this is a 2-doctor practice that's doing well in Washington, and I'm going to be able to help him where the majority of his full arch was removable. And so I'm going to be able to help him start doing fixed and be able to double his revenue from a charge standpoint, cut his costs significantly, and help him with some medical insurance stuff where his patients' costs are going to go down. So we're really excited about what the trajectory that his practice has. And, we're looking for people out there that are wanting to do more arches and do it well, and want to have people support them both clinically, operationally, and from a business standpoint. When I affiliated, I was younger. I was in my mid 40s. And at that stage, it was like, okay, if I'm going to have somebody take over for me or buy me out at some stage whenever I'm ready to retire, I know I'm going to have to go through a bunch of people. Or I can affiliate with Heartland. I can sell my practice for what it's worth now. I can take that. I can invest it. A bird in the hand right there. And the growth of my practice and the growth of that income that I got, I would, even though, my practice has gone up 70% production-wise in 15 years, but the value of my equity in the company that anybody who affiliates can get not even going to go into how much more it is. So from a cash standpoint, from an income standpoint, it's remarkable.
It's huge. And let me say it in a way that so a lot of the doctors can understand. It's the difference between saying, I want to have 100% of $1,000 or 50% of $1 million. Which one's better? Right. And it's like, well, yeah, the half doesn't sound as good unless it's part of a bigger pie. And so what you're talking about is increasing the pie. And so often I see this from dentists all the time where they don't understand that they're like, well, I'm losing equity and things like that, but the pie is so much bigger. It's like investing in the stock market. You don't invest in the stock market to hold the shares. You hold them so that way they grows and you get more opportunity. So great job to you. Thank you for breaking that down. If someone wants to reach out to you and they're like, hey, this might be a good fit for me, how could they talk to you about this and get an opportunity to learn more about what you're doing and what Heartland's doing?
I'm accessible in many ways. Probably the easiest would be just to email me. It's simple. My email is jlynch@mydental.com. So
awesome. Thanks so much for coming on. You did a great job, and I'm really excited to see your growth, even since the last time we've talked, and just everything you've put in place. And I know you're going to do great things in the future. So thanks so much for coming on and sharing with our audience.
Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it anytime.